Hey there, fellow travelers! Ready to explore the Great White North? Buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to dive into the top 10 must-visit destinations in Canada. We're talking majestic mountains, bustling cities, and enough natural beauty to make a moose shed a tear. Trust me, you don't want to miss these spots. First up, we're heading to Banff National Park, a place so ridiculously beautiful, you'll think someone spiked your maple syrup with LSD. Don't do that, kids. We're talking turquoise lakes that look photoshopped, mountains that pierce the sky, and enough hiking trails to satisfy even the most hardcore nature enthusiast. Speaking of hardcore, keep an eye out for wildlife. Banff is teeming with furry friends, from majestic elk to those adorable little chipmunks that steal your snacks. Just maybe admire the bears from a safe distance, yeah? They're not as cuddly as they look in the cartoons. Now you're going to want to experience Lake Louise. Seriously, this place is like a postcard on steroids. Rent a canoe, go for a swim. If you're brave enough, it's glacial water, or just soak it all in from the shore. And if you're feeling adventurous, take a gondola ride up to the top of Sulphur Mountain for breathtaking panoramic views. Banff is a must-see for any traveler. Next up, we're jetting over to Vancouver, a city that's so cool it makes even hipsters feel mainstream. Nestled between the Pacific Ocean and the Coast Mountains, Vancouver is a city that seamlessly blends urban excitement with natural beauty. Think bustling markets, trendy cafes, and world-class restaurants, all within spitting distance of pristine beaches, lush forests, and towering peaks. Oh, and did I mention it rains? A lot? Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration. It's only like 160 days a year. Plus, it gives you an excuse to duck into one of Vancouver's many cozy pubs or quirky coffee shops. While you're there, be sure to explore Stanley Park, a sprawling urban oasis that's bigger than Central Park. Rent a bike, wander the seawall, or just chill out on the beach and watch the sunset over the city skyline. And if you're feeling fancy, hop on a ferry to Granville Island, a bustling waterfront market overflowing with fresh seafood, local crafts, and street performers. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to witness the raw power of nature at Niagara Falls. Imagine millions of gallons of water roaring over a cliff, creating a mist that feels like a continuous shower. It's enough to make you question the laws of physics, or at least make you grateful for waterproof mascara. Now, you can't come to Niagara Falls without taking a boat ride on the Maid of the Mist. Yes, you will get soaked. Yes, it's worth it. Just picture yourself cruising towards the base of the falls, the mist swirling around you, the roar of the water deafening. It's an experience that'll stay with you long after you've dried off. But Niagara Falls isn't just about the falls themselves. The surrounding area is a vibrant tourist destination with something for everyone. And for a truly unique perspective, take a walk behind the falls. Get ready to say bonjour to charm, because we're off to Quebec City, the oldest walled city in North America. This place is like a little slice of Europe plopped right onto Canadian soil. Think cobblestone streets, historic architecture, and the sweet aroma of croissants wafting through the air. It's enough to make you want to wear a beret and start speaking in a vaguely French accent. Now, no trip to Quebec City is complete without getting lost in the enchanting streets of Old Quebec. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a labyrinth of narrow alleyways, charming boutiques, and cozy cafes. You'll feel like you've stepped back in time. Just try not to challenge any musketeers to a duel, okay? And speaking of stepping back in time, be sure to visit the iconic Chateau Frontenac. This grand hotel is perched atop Cape Diamond, overlooking the St. Lawrence River. Even if you're not staying there, it's worth a visit just to snap some photos and pretend you're royalty for a day. But let's be real, the real reason you're coming to Quebec City is for the food, and specifically the poutine. Hold on to your toques, folks, because we're heading to the Big Smoke, the Six Eyes Hogtown. Yes, we're talking about Toronto. This vibrant metropolis is like the New York City of Canada, but with friendlier people and less honking, and maybe a slight obsession with hockey. Now, you can't come to Toronto without visiting the iconic CN Tower. This towering needle of concrete and steel dominates the skyline, offering breathtaking views of the city and beyond. Take the elevator to the top, walk across the glass floor if you dare, and maybe even try the edge walk, where you can literally hang over the edge of the tower. Just try not to look down. But Toronto is more than just its skyline. This city is a melting pot of cultures, a tapestry of diverse neighborhoods, each with its own unique flavor. Explore the trendy shops and cafes of Queen West, get lost in the bustling streets of Chinatown, or catch a show in the entertainment district. And if you're lucky, you might even spot Drake wandering around his hometown. Get ready to channel your inner explorer because we're heading to Jasper National Park, a wilderness wonderland that'll make you want to ditch your phone and embrace the great outdoors. In the heart of the Canadian Rockies, Jasper is a vast expanse of snow-capped peaks, alpine meadows, turquoise lakes, and ancient glaciers. It's like stepping into a nature documentary, but with better snacks. Unless you're into foraging for berries, then more power to you. Now, no trip to Jasper is complete without experiencing the magic of Malign Lake in the Canadian Rockies, and it's surrounded by some of the most stunning scenery you'll ever lay eyes. Eyes peeled for wildlife. Jasper is home to a diverse array of creatures, from majestic elk and big. Resist the urge to feed them your leftover trail mix. Get ready to step into a storybook because we're heading to Prince Edward Island, the smallest but mightiest province in Canada. This charming island is known for its red sand beaches, rolling green hills, and the beloved fictional character Anne of Green Gables. Now, you can't come to PEI without visiting Green Gables Heritage Place. Explore the house that inspired Lucy Maud Montgomery's classic novel, wander through the haunted wood, and maybe even try on a straw hat. It's mandatory, I don't make the rules. But PEI is more than just Anne of Green Gables. This island is a seafood lover's paradise. Feast on fresh lobster, mussels, oysters, and clams, all plucked straight from the ocean. Get ready to shred some gnar because we're heading to Whistler, Canada's premier ski and snowboard destination. Nestled in the Coast Mountains, Whistler Blackcomb boasts over 8,000 acres of skiable terrain, from gentle slopes for beginners to challenging backcountry bowls for the adrenaline junkies. Now, Whistler isn't just a winter wonderland. In the summer months, the mountains transform into a hiker's paradise, with trails winding through alpine meadows, past glacial lakes, and to breathtaking viewpoints. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can even try ziplining, bungee jumping, or whitewater rafting. But let's be real, the après-ski scene is almost as legendary as the slopes themselves. After a long day of carving up the mountain, there's nothing better than cozying up by a roaring fire with a hot chocolate, or something a little stronger, and swapping stories with fellow skiers and snowboarders. Get ready for a history lesson. Don't worry, it's the fun kind, because we're heading to Ottawa, Canada's capital city. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ottawa, isn't that just where all the politicians hang out? And yes, while it is the seat of Canadian government, Ottawa is so much more than just a bunch of stuffy old buildings. For starters, there's Parliament Hill, the iconic Gothic Revival building that dominates the city skyline. Take a tour, watch the changing of the guard ceremony, and try not to get too starstruck if you spot Justin Trudeau. This city is a cultural hub with world-class museums, art galleries, and theaters. And if you're visiting in the spring, don't miss the Canadian Tulip Festival, when millions of tulips bloom throughout the city, creating a riot of color. Get ready to say bonjour to charm and oui to deliciousness because we're heading to Montreal, the cultural capital of Canada. This vibrant city is like a blend of Paris and New York City with a dash of Canadian je ne sais quoi. Now, Montreal is a city best explored on foot. Wander through the cobblestone streets of Old Montreal, admire the historic architecture, and pop into one of the many quaint cafes for a croissant and a café au lait. And if you're looking for a little more excitement, head to the Plateau Mont-Royal neighborhood. This trendy area is known for its colorful houses, independent boutiques, and lively nightlife scene. But let's be real. The real reason you're coming to Montreal is for the food. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 destinations in Canada that you absolutely need to visit. From the majestic mountains of the Rockies to the charming streets of Quebec City, Canada has something to offer every type of traveler. So pack your bags, grab your passport, and get ready for an adventure of a lifetime. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more travel tips and guides.